Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano chart, Cardano price and also the Bitcoin price, and we take a look at Ethereum as well and compare the Ethereum chart to the Cardano chart, and I think something very interesting can be seen there. Now, without any doubt, Bitcoin is leading the way at the moment. I mean, it's massive. These are great times for every Bitcoin holder, for every crypto holder anyway, because we normally know, Bitcoin is leading the way and the other cryptos are normally following with a little bit of a delay. So it is very interesting, and I don't know how many of you guys hold Bitcoin as well. If you hold Bitcoin as well, let me know in the comments as well, or do you hold only altcoins? Bitcoin is not my biggest part in my portfolio. It is still Cardano, even with the latest price developments, but yeah, Bitcoin is certainly catching up, and Bitcoin is still, in my view, like a very important part of a crypto portfolio. So that's why I hold it as well. And again, it leads the way, sort of. So let's start with Bitcoin briefly, and then we can take a look at the Cardano chart, also at the Ethereum chart, as I've overlaid it over the Cardano chart. So that's quite interesting. And yeah, we can see that we're just marching through this resistance zone at the moment. I'll extend it because we are going through now, and we are going to come to the latest, to the last major resistance level here at 63,500. That is the close of these candles up here in April, and this was the high. Yes, we came a little bit higher, but we didn't close there. So I think this really here at 63,000. Let me just zoom in to get the exact price. There you go. It's the 63,588. That is the key level, and I think if we're getting through that, and if we close above it, the sort of bearish scenario is over. Yeah, I know what you guys think. We are bullish. Yes, we are bullish short term, but overall, based on Elliott Waves and the Elliott Wave method, we could still be in a corrective pattern until we get above the previous all-time high. That is how this is looking, and so far it's looking good. We're marching through this faster than I expected. I expected we get quite strong resistance at around 60, where was it? The 60,000, between 60,000 and 60,800. Now we're just marching through, and it's just looking amazing. I mean, it's good, it's good, it's good. I always like to be on the side of caution, and then suddenly we get a positive surprise. So that is looking awesome. Yeah, and I think, we are now going to march through until the 63,500, and that is really the last level. And if we march through that, I think then we can all be happy, because I think from there we are going to go through and to the next price targets, which will lie above and over 70,000. In my view, we can still get to the 80 to 100,000 this year, based on the stock to flow model. I think we can also go higher. The sky is the limit here. I think we can, even in a phase of maximalization, we can really get to 150, 200,000 even this year. But that would really be, everything needs to work out for that. But I think 80 to 100 is realistic. It's definitely realistic. And at these price levels, Cardano will certainly get above 450. I always talked about 450 as my minimum target for Cardano. And where are we now? So I've put the Ethereum chart, which is the orange line here. You can see the orange chart, which is Ethereum. And I compared to Cardano, which is just the candlestick chart here. And what we can see, I just wanted to point out, guys, because yeah, I know Cardano is going, Ethereum is going up, Bitcoin is going up. Finally, Cardano starts to go up a little bit as well. But I just want to show you that we just need a little bit of patience. And as you can see, that mostly when these price increases happen, right, that Ethereum, the orange one here, is normally ahead of Cardano in terms of the timing, right? So we had it back here in April, where in April Ethereum just started here and moved up much faster than Cardano did, which started later. Okay, it's coming down together pretty much, yeah, but it's going up normally faster. So you can see here Ethereum went up faster as well here in May, and then it came down pretty much together. It went up again a little bit ahead of Cardano here in June, and then here, that is when I started really to make TA videos on Cardano. That was back here down there in July. when yeah, Ethereum again started very rapidly, and that was at some point. Then we had the London hard fork as well, and at that time I overlaid the charts as well. I remember that, and I said, guys, Cardano has a lot to catch up, so it will. And I think a few days after that, we had this really going through the moon here and catching up with Ethereum, which was great, even overshooting Ethereum. And now we're going down, and now you can see we're decoupling ourselves again from the Cardano chart. And actually, I mean, everybody's saying Cardano isn't moving, but actually until 2 weeks ago, Ethereum was doing exactly the same thing. So, you know, it's not like Cardano is really not moving, but Ethereum didn't really do a lot as well until this point in time, which is when Ethereum started to decouple itself again and move on. So I think something very similar will happen like here in July, like here in April or May, that Cardano will just catch up, and maybe it is really imminent now. You know, I talked about oftentimes when you're 2/3 into a triangle, that is when the breakout happens. And it just shows that, you know, Ethereum is normally just following Bitcoin and Cardano is then following Ethereum. I think that gives a lot of hope, and it just shows what normally happens, right? And there's no need to panic or so that Cardano isn't moving much. It's just what it's normally doing. It's just doing what it's normally doing. And to be honest, it all went down together. And yeah, it's just really since in the last 2 weeks that Ethereum decoupled itself and is moving on, while Cardano hasn't really moved a lot. But down here, remember back in July, Cardano didn't move a lot, and probably it was back here in April as well when Ethereum steamed ahead and Cardano was just moving sideways, you know. Yes, and it caught up a little bit, was moving sideways again. Everybody was saying, oh, Ethereum is moving, but what's going on with Cardano? And that's typically what happens. So honestly, probably just a few more days of patience, honestly. And you know, we can see that here when Ethereum started really to move ahead on the 20th of July. Yes, Cardano started as well, but much slower. So it really took 2 to 3 weeks for Cardano really to boost. And back here in April as well, when Ethereum started to move on the 24th of April, it took Cardano really until the 5th or 6th of May to catch up. So you have these 1 or 2 weeks delay, and these 2 weeks here now are pretty much where we are now. So it could really be that Cardano, you know, and by the way, this is when we start to decouple ourselves on the 2nd and 3rd of October. And obviously now we're on it's the 15th of October now. So yeah, it's time that Cardano now catches up, but it's just doing what it's normally doing. So just want to show you that. And where are we at the moment? Now, we've had a bit of a price rise today. People were already talking about Cardano finally going to the moon. Now, it's not quite like that, but we mentioned we managed to get above the 218, 219 horizontal level here, where we had a bit of a struggle in the last few days. So we are finally above that. I did say in my earlier video that yes, we could in our next move go to the resistance line of that triangle. And we didn't quite get there, but we got quite close with 224 actually at the peak here. Then we retraced a little bit again. But yeah, we pretty much touched it very closely. And at the moment, yeah, we are retracing just a little bit again. So I think we're currently moving along in this triangle. It would be interesting to see what happens when, or if Bitcoin really gets through the all-time high, what Cardano is doing then. But it's just waiting, it's just coiling up. Don't see the volume yet, but we saw a nice volume when we had this huge candle here. But since then it's died down a little bit again, 2.22% at the moment in the green. And again, just a bit of patience. Now, what is starting to look good here on the 4 hour, we are in the bullish range on the RSI, right? We've been there since yesterday. I just want to point that out because that is quite good, yeah, that we are finally here in the bullish range on the 4 hour chart. And let me just take a look at the MACD, and then we can take another look on the daily. Here on the MACD as well, we've crossed the 0 line very recently to the upside. So that's all looking more bullish now. And here on the daily, we can see that we are very much here at the tipping point, also getting again closer to the 50 line of the RSI. And, you know, hopefully we are finally going to get through here, and that could really also lead to a breakout and a buy signal. On the MACD here, it's looking better, it's looking good. We have not made a bearish cross, and we are climbing further towards the 0 line which again could be another buy signal in the next few days for Cardano. Yeah, but besides that, we are still trading in the triangle. If we break out here, you know, we can get to these key levels. We need to get above 232. We struggled there before a lot here. Then we need to get above 242 was another one, 256, 264, and 280. I mean, there are lots of different levels here along the way, but the most significant one, the next one, is certainly that 232 level, where we really struggle to get through along this whole sideways movement, and that is the first one we need to get above. All right, so besides that, it's all starting to look good. What we need to see here as well, currently recognize, is that we are also above the 20-day moving average again. So if I go to the 4-hour chart, before we finish the video, on the 4-hour, we can see it a little bit better. I just need to make that the daily here. But there you go, you can see that we are climbing in one huge green candle. We've climbed above the 20-day moving average, that blue-green line. Yeah, so that's very important. That will provide support along the way. And in my view, that is a very important sign as well. So it's starting to look better, guys. It's starting to look better for Cardano. Expect a little bit more sideways move, but then hopefully, as Bitcoin is moving ahead and Ethereum as well, Cardano will catch up. So again, it's a marathon, it's a long-term game, and very exciting times. It's a very interesting weekend, and don't forget, on Sunday for all channel members, there will be a live stream again on Sunday, and I'm gonna send you the link. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.